Okay, everybody, so yeah, we're still dealing with this COVID crap, and it's just messing with everybody. But as I said before, we're gonna keep going, and we're gonna do something about it while all that's going on, and we're going to try to be creative and try to be inspiring to one another, okay? Because that's what this channel is all about. So today is a really great day because we're going to essentially finalize the intermediate bass category series. I believe there's like 9 episodes of these things, and so we're going to end up with the last 4 guitars that are my recommendation, and so we're going to begin right now. Hi everybody, my name is Jose Cruz, and my goodness, here we are still. So I'm just so done with this COVID crap. I'm ready to just be normal again. How about you? Anyway, thank you for joining my channel here, Bass Chops for Beginners. And so, just to reiterate, this channel is for beginners, people that are just trying to start out on the instrument. However, I have noticed through my subscribers, and by the way, thank you so much to all of you that are subscribing to this channel. I'm getting everybody. It's so cool because people that are subscribing aren't even bass players. They're not musicians. They are artists in their own right. I've got people that are painters, sculptors, and they're from everywhere. And most recently I've got here fans who have subscribed from the Philippines, from Nepal, and most recently from Costa Rica. So I really appreciate it. I appreciate all my subscribers. You guys mean so much to me, and I really appreciate all the interaction that you're providing. You're asking me a lot of great questions, and I do promise I'm going to keep that promise that I will have a Q&A episode happening here really soon. Probably a good transition video between this intermediate series and the next advanced one. So on the topic of the intermediate series, I just want to remind you that this is all my opinion. Am I right? Is what I say on this channel the end all be all? No. It's my opinion, and so I pick this stuff because I've either had experience with it, or I know enough people that use these things or do these things, and so it works for most general applications, and so that's the reason why I share them with you. And also, you've heard me say it before, I made a lot of dumb, costly mistakes when I first got started, and I'm trying to steer you clear of all of that, right? So there you have it. We are finishing up the category between $300 and $500, and I'm just gonna start off with I guess it's a novelty thing. I guess from the late 70s, actually no, from the early 80s through the early 90s, Steinberger. And so I've got 2 of them. Actually, I've got one. The other one is a copy of a Steinberger made by Hohner. Okay, one, it's the Spirit. It's not the original Steinberger that was out, which was really expensive. I couldn't afford it, so I got the wooden body one, but still sounds the same. What's really interesting about these guitars is that I guess a lot of people consider them a novelty, but really nothing sounds like this. I mean, absolutely nothing sounds like this. You really want to hear what this guitar sounds like in like pop music back then? It was really used in the 80s. Rush. If you listen to, I think, anything that's off of the Signals, is it Signals? Yeah, the Signals album, and the one that came after that, I believe it's Power Windows. You hear the bass player Geddy Lee use one of these, and it just sounds so, nothing else out there sounds like one of these. No matter who makes it, whether it's this, which is a wooden version of the one that was originally made, plastic body, and then that one down there is wood also, but made by a different person, a different company rather, and they use the same licensed bridge down here in the bottom, headless, and they use the double ball end strings. But man, these things sound so cool. But yeah, Steinberger, okay? you can actually get the XT2DB, which the DB stands for the DB tuner in black. I guess it's a D tuner. You can actually flip a lever and it tunes it down to a D, like with the flick of a switch, not a switch, a lever, and then you're D tuning. Handy if you do that a lot. Otherwise, you could just you could do what I did back in the day, just tune it down and play that way. Whatever works for you, okay? Then comes Sterling. We've talked about Sterling in the past, but Sterling actually makes something in the intermediate category. There's only one of these, okay? You have a couple to choose from in the beginner category. There's one here in the intermediate category, and that is the Sterling Classic Ray 24CA and Toluca Lake Blue. Of course, as I've said earlier, I tell you these things because it's my opinion, right? And I just happen to love that blue color. It's such a beautiful guitar. And obviously, I did two songs I mentioned before, Rosanna by Toto, and I did a cover of Blue Oyster Cult's Burnin' For You, which was the impetus for the whole thing. When I heard this guitar, I'm like, oh, that reminds me of Blue Oyster Cult, so I did that song with it. And man, it's just, you get a lot of guitar for the money on this one. Obviously Sterling and Music Man, the next category up, which is the advanced category, you can buy like the more expensive ones, but this intermediate and even the introductory one, they're great guitars, but this one has a little bit better stuff on it that we've talked about before. So beautiful, just they make beautiful stuff, I think. And so the one that's coming up next is the Warwick. Say that fast 3 times. Warwick Rockbass Corvette. Okay, it's in burgundy red here, and I like Warwick. They are kind of like at the upper end of the intermediate category in price, but they really make nice stuff because they generally stick to the better, more exotic woods, better hardware, and it's one of those things that it's an all-around bass for all genres. They will work for just about any kind of playing style, any kind of music style that you choose to engage in, and it's a pretty darn good instrument. It holds its value, and so they're really nice. I see them in the stores and I'm just like, nice. And then the last manufacturer to wrap this whole thing up is Yamaha. We've talked about Yamaha a couple times in the past. Say that fast 3 times. Yamaha has 2 basses that clock in this particular price category, and the first one is the BB434. We've seen this guitar in the beginner category. Remember, I was telling you back then that they make one in this range, and it's got, to sound redundant, better stuff on it. Better pickups, better electronics, same thing. Hardware, better woods, better fretboard, better everything. Okay? Industry standard back in its day. And still there's a lot of people, notable people, who record with that bass, and so it's good. It's really nice. It has a really nice sound to it. So if you do a YouTube search for that bass and you hear what it sounds like in that recording. Obviously, if you go to the store and you play any of these basses that I'm telling you about, which is what I recommend that you do, it's going to sound completely different to you, which is why you should go to the store if you can, pick up the basses, try them all out, and let your ears and hands dictate which one is best for you. That's the only way to do this, gang. The last one from Yamaha is the TRBX300. This one here is candy apple red with rosewood fingerboard. And so this is another one that showed up in the beginner category with that body style, and you can see that you're gonna notice these shapes appearing again, but just keep in mind, right? Looks like the cheap one, or I should say the more affordable one, but it's got better wood, better electronics, better hardware, better everything. It's a really, really good guitar. I've got a couple of my subscribers that really like that particular line from Yamaha, right? It's really, really cool. I like it. played one and it sounds fantastic to me. So you should get it if you can get your hands on one. Please do so. You know, in these videos, I go really fast with these descriptions and these recommendations, but obviously down below in the notes section, I do provide you with the URLs to the manufacturer website. Please go to those websites and continue with your research, because on those, they're really good about giving you all of the nitty-gritty details on these instruments, you know, as far as measurements go, the scale, the radius of the neck, what the pickups are made of, what kind they're using. And so it's a lot more detailed information that I really don't want to hit you with in this video, because who wants to watch a 25-minute video? So tell me what you think. Give a thumbs up if you like this video, right? Oh, and while you're at it, why don't you just subscribe, okay? I absolutely love my subscribers, every one of you. And so there is the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way when I do something new here, okay, you're going to get that notice that something's new. You can come back here and check out the latest information on the topic. All right, and so there is my address for Instagram. Okay, I pretty much got rid of everything else. It was just like a pain, you know, pain, like COVID, a pain. I'm just over it all. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know how you're getting along. If you've gotten anything new, let us know what's going on in your life. All right, so there you have it. Cool. So as always, remember to tune it or die.